Well, looks like 3 heats of pure stock racing for you today in the Midwest Mods. Total of 3 heats, 1 heat of trucks, 2 heats of trucks, and 1 heat of A-Mods. That's coming your way after Hot Laps. Hot Laps on track right now for the pure stock division.
Next up for Hot Laps, we have the Midwest Modifieds.
Tension in the pit area, Super Trucks and A-Mods. You're up next for Hot Laps. Super Trucks, then A-Mods. Next up for Hot Laps.
If you look to the rear of the Midwest Modifieds right now, there's the number 11 car. That car is from Frobisher, Saskatchewan. Made a huge drive out here just to compete tonight. We wish them luck tonight.
Yeah, Travis, that is Dustin Mayer in the 11 car out of Frobisher, Saskatchewan. Good looking number 11 car on the racetrack. Yeah, and a reminder, 50-50 tickets are for sale in the grandstands. Do grab yourself a 50-50 ticket here tonight at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway. Hunter Besson in the 4B Junior, sponsored by Coop Bakery, Auto Straight Design, Extreme Performance, and RA Tech Industrial Limited.
super trucks on the track now. Attention in the pit area. A modifieds, please get to staging if you wish to participate in hot laps.
Tonight's broadcast on the World Wide Web is an FYE Motorsports production. And, of course, helped out by 47filmworks.ca. Jacob and the crew doing a great job from 47filmworks.ca.
Harvest Manitoba collects and shares 18 million pounds of food in Manitoba each year. And Harvest Manitoba's network supports 109,000 Manitobans per month. If you forgot your tin for the bin, Harvest team members are collecting donations, cash or credit, beside their van just until after mission.
Don't forget, plenty of delicious food available at the concession area. Grab yourself a cheeseburger, french fries and gravy, ice cold pop. Vendor is open as well at the top of the hill. McRae trucking number 9 of Lee McRae getting sideways in turns 3 and 4. And now the 73 of Rennie Palaico, Mr. Excitement, sideways and facing the wrong direction on St. Adolph's. Gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the legendary Victory Lane Speedway. It is almost time to go racing. It is 7 o'clock, but first we're going to ask you all to please rise for the playing of the American and Canadian national anthems. Please rise and remove your headgear as we welcome our flag procession to the back straightaway. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the legendary Victory Lane Speedway as we get set to go racing. Fantastic looking crowd here. All right, we have the anthems underway and finished. So we're getting ready to go racing in the Pure Stock Division. My name is Darren Palin. I'll be your host tonight, along with my son, Travis Palin, our junior announcer trading this year. And Travis is going to bring you our first heat of the night. That will be in the Pure Stock Division.
Starting on the pole in Pure Stock Heat number 1, the Wrangler Truck Service 69 is Jason Bronk, and outside, the number 91 is Morgan McDonald. Inside row 2, the 56 is Joey Hydrachuk, and outside, the 14 is Lindsay DeRoche. Inside row 3, in the 5th starting spot, the 46 is Michael Kopp, and outside, the number 10 is Kyle Swaffer, and rolling off last, the 37 is Roger Boisjoli, and the very good-looking 49 Pontiac.
Yeah, that is a cool car. Very, very unique. As we get set to go Pure Stock Racing. Of course, last week was a rain out here at Victory Lane Speedway. So if you're back from last week's rain, it looked like it was going to happen again today. I was driving down Pembina Highway in the afternoon, and it was pouring rain, and I thought, don't know if the races are going to go, but it turned out to be a beautiful Manitoba evening. So we've only lost one race this year to rain so far, as the Pure Stocks line up and get ready to go on the next lap. Carl Mulder is our flagman. There is that 49 Pontiac, a little late to the party.
I don't see the 14 of Lindsay DeRoche on the track.
I do not either, actually. We're scheduled for 7 cars. We've got 5 on the back straight away. And the 6th car trying to catch up, and he better do that quickly because I think we're going to go yellow. All right, waiting for the 37 car. He's going to start at the back. 1 to go. Wrangler Truck Service 69 is on the pole. 3 wins for that driver, 3 feature wins at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway. A pretty good season so far. I think this is about night 7. We'll try to get you that information confirmed shortly, but just 1 race lost to a rainout, and that was last Thursday. As we get set to go racing.
Carl waves the green flag, and we're going racing in the Pure Stocks. Wrangler Truck Service 69 Jason Bronk with 3 feature wins so far this year. Out to an early lead, but the 91 of Morgan McDonald with great pressure. Look at the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's Hydrachuk, Boisjoli, and Swaffer. McDonald going to the bottom.
Great battle in the top 3 here for sure.
Michael Kopp and Morgan McDonald battling for position 2nd and 3rd, and now Michael Kopp working on the leader, Jason Bronk. Troubles for the 69 as he drops back into 3rd, and Michael Kopp and Morgan McDonald go on by.
Great racing here in the Pure Stock Division. This is heat number 1, our first race of the night. Each class races heat races, then we go for the money in the second half of the program. Those are called our feature races.
A little bit of smoke coming out that back of that number 10 car. Kyle Swaffer.
Looks like it's actually coming out the right header, so that could be bad news.
Well, Michael Kopp, your leader right now in the 46 car. Running away with this one a little bit, but here comes Bronk on the inside of McDonald, trying to take away 2nd, and will do so. Look at the battle for 2nd through 5th. 3 wide, and Hydrachuk splits the gap between Boisjoli And McDonald moving up into third. Three left in this pure stock heat number one. As Hydra Truck now moves into second and has his eyes set on the leader. The 49 Pontiac, that is Roger Boisley in the 37, going on by the 69 of Jason Bronk. Bronk started on the pole, but he's had a little bit of trouble on this track here. Hydra Truck getting really close to the leader now. Hydra Truck looks to the outside as they go into turn 3 and 4. And we're going to have ourselves a drag race, but Hydra Truck currently first. Kyle Swaffer pulling off the track in that number 10 car. That right header was smoking, so he's going to have to go take a look at that. Final corner now for your leader, Joey Hydra Truck. And he will take checkers. First place to the TriStar Traffic 56, Joey Hydra Truck. Second to the 46, Boisley third. The Wrangler Truck Service 69, Jason Bronk fourth. And Morgan McDonald in the 91, fifth. All cars will scale in pure stock heat number one.
Minimum weight 3,200 pounds with driver. The reason they do that is to keep the exotic metals and expensive metals out of these cars. If we allowed lighter weight cars, the drivers would have to spend more to make them lighter. And as a result, they have to weigh 3,200 pounds or more minimum. 3,200 minimum on the scale. There's the green light for the 56, indicating he is at least 3,200 pounds. Pure stock, heat number 2 is up on the racetrack, and here's how they line up. In the east side, ventilation 44, this is Rob Reese, and outside the 27 car is Jamie Tates. The 13 is Tom Weens inside of row 2. He will roll off third. And outside row 2, starting fourth, is the 18. This is Zach Brennan. Inside row number 3, the sobering Lake of the Woods Brewing 2T is Derek Pollock. And rounding out the field in the Aegis Auto Glass, Southside Auto Body number 8 is Caitlin Somack. Caitlin Somack rolling off 6th outside of row number 3 here in pure stock heat number 2. Don't forget, Harvest Manitoba is here behind the announcer's tower. You can make donations with food, credit card, or debit card. Here we go.
Rob Reese catching everyone sleeping on that start. And already has a little bit of a lead, but here comes the 18 of Zach Brennan. Here comes Pollock on the inside now, taking away second from Zach Brennan. Reese, little off the top of the racetrack, and that allows the Cranked Energy Bars 2T to catch right up. Two longtime pure stock racing veterans at the front of the pack, Derek Pollock and Rob Reese. And they will not stop at anything to get this win. Derek Pollock now into first, and Rob Reese drops to second. Zach Brennan currently third with Tom Weens on his tail. And then Caitlin Somack fifth, and Jamie Tate sixth. But look at the battle for first and second. Derek Pollock and Rob Reese going at it. Three down, 5 to go for the 2T of Derek Pollock. 18 and the 13 having a great battle. That's Tom Weens and Zach Brennan. Halfway through this race now, the Lake of the Woods Brewing Company 2T still holding on to that first spot, losing Rob Reese a little. But the best race in the place right now is for third and fourth between Zach Brennan and Tom Weens. Around 2.5 laps now left in pure stock heat number 2. And Rob Reese is just looking for Derek Pollock to make a mistake.
Derek Pollock in traffic now around the 27 car and slides around smoothly, almost off the back straightaway, but gathers it back up and heads on into turn number 3. Reese is definitely closing the gap here, but definitely running out of time here as the white flag is displayed. 1 lap to go in pure stock heat number 2. Heads up in turn 4, almost a collision. That was close.
That's the 13 of Tom Weens and the 8 of Caitlin Somack. But that doesn't matter right now. Derek Pollux is going to take first. Rob Reese will go second in the east side ventilation 44. Zach Brennan third. Tom Weens fourth. Caitlin Somack fifth. And then Jamie Tate still has another lap to complete.
Coming up next, heat number 3 in the pure stock division. Following that, we'll move into 3 heats in the Midwest Modified division. Midwest Mods, you'll need to be in staging for heat 1 right now.
Did you know that there have been 145% increase in food bank usage since the start of the pandemic? In March of 2023, there were 21,927 households that visited a food bank, courtesy of Harvest Manitoba.
Here is pure stock heat number 3 up onto the racetrack. On the pole, the 07 is Eric Workington, and outside, Darren Ree is in the 57 car. Inside row 2, the 51 is Rob McFadden. The 17K rolling off 4th outside of row 2 is the 17K of Caden LeBute. That is a 57 Chevrolet. Inside row 3, rolling off 5th, the 25 is Alex Farr, and rounding out the field, starting 6th, Sean Corlett. Sean Corlett in the 34 car. Green flag is out. We are racing in the pure stock division. Good start for the 57 Chevy. That is the 17K of Caden LeBute as he slides that big car through the middle of turn 1 and 2. 07 is around, but should be good to go. No yellow flag. We are still under green flag racing conditions. Great race up front there between the 17 and the 25 of Alexander Farr. He started 5th, did Alexander Farr, and now is in the number 1 spot, going by that big 57 Chevrolet of Caden LeBute.
Rob McFadden currently 3rd. He started 3rd, and he's chasing down that 17K of Caden LeBute. If you think that 57 Chevy's cool, you should have seen what was towing it into the racetrack today.
Old international pickup, really cool. Whoop, contact in turn 1 and 2. You're not going to win a contact competition with that 57 Chevy, I'll tell you that. McFadden in the 51 bumping into the door of the 17 in turn 1 on the previous lap. And that got a little rough for that driver of the 51 car.
4 down, 4 to go for your race leader, Alexander Farr. Great racing between Rob McFadden and Caden LeBute, though. And McFadden moves into second.
Well, the driver of that 57 Chevy might like to trade bumpers right now, but he's got to catch up to him first. Great drive through turn 1 and 2 for the 17 as he closes the gap up on the 51. The 17 went a little higher that time in turn 1 and 2 and did a nice job of it.
There goes LeBute on the inside of McFadden and takes back second place.
This is the best race in the place by far in turn number 4. White flag is out. Let's see what happens. Alexander Farr is, well, way out front, but the real battle for second and third. There's the checkered for your winner. That is Alexander Farr. And here's the race for second and third place, and it has been outstanding. From the drop of the green flag, it looks like the 51 is going to take second with LeBute in the 17 car third. That was some fantastic action.
Here come the 39, or rather the 34 and the 57, Sean Corlett and Darren Ree finishing 4th and 5th. And there's the 7 of Eric Workington finishing 6th unofficially.
Hey, we've got 50-50 tickets for sale. You can't win if you're not in, so flag down a 50-50 ticket seller if you would in the grandstands. We've got a great crowd here tonight, really good in fact, and somebody's going to go home with a boatload of money, so do get in on the 50-50 draw. Some interesting facts from Harvest, Manitoba, located behind the announcer's tower. They take debit card and credit card donations as well as tins for the bin. There's been a 145% increase in food bank usage since the start of the pandemic. Wow. There were 21,927 households that visited a food bank. And one more carbon tax, and I'm going to be there tomorrow.
Well, lineup for your Midwest Modified Heat number 1 goes like this. Driving the 24, this is Victoria Stutzky, and outside the 13 team is Arnie Todesy. Inside row 2, the 11 is Dustin Mayer, and outside the Skycare 8R is Sean Roy. Inside row 3, the 07 HG is Kevin Gagnon. Outside the 38, Nick Cooper, and rolling off last, the Crew Bakery 4BJR is Hunter Besson. And we're going racing. Victoria Stutzky with a great drive into turn 3 and 4. In the Samard Industrial Incorporated, number 24. Skycare, Vince Boschman, Wealth Management 8R, Sean Roy. Second, he started 4th. Dustin Mayer, of course, out of Saskatchewan here today. And he is racing with Nick Cooper, Kevin Gagnon, and the Crew Bakery 4BJR of Hunter Besson.
Victoria Stutzky looking fantastic in the MB Custom chassis. A former go-kart racer in Gimli. She does a nice job in this class. St. Andrews Towing sponsored 24, also sponsored by Turk Enterprises in St. Andrews. A trucking firm. Come ride with us. TurkEnterprises.com.
Well, Sean Roy in the Skycare Poached 8R currently second. He has a little bit of a lead on the rest of the field, but not as much as Victoria Stutzky's lead. St. Andrews Towing, number 24 entry, currently leading the way. Doing a good job of it. Arnie Todesy and Nick Cooper battling for 3rd and 4th. Number 11 out there racing with Hunter Besson is out of Frobisher, Saskatchewan. Long drive out here to good old St. Adolphe. White flag is out, 1 to go for Victoria Stutsky in the Simard Industrial Incorporated 24. And Sean Roy is second in the Skycare 8R. Checkered flag is out. Victoria Stutsky wins it. Second spot will go to the 8R of Sean Roy. Third, Nick Cooper. Fourth, Arnie Tonnesy. Fifth, the 11 of Dustin Mayer. Hunter Besson, sixth. And Kevin Gagnon, seventh.
Well, a nice run for the St. Andrews Towing. Number 24 of Victoria Stutsky. Did she dust off the competition in that one? That MB Custom working to perfection. An experienced driver and real nice job in that heat. I think we're going to have an awesome feature. We have 3 heat races in the Midwest Modifieds. So I think we're going to have an awesome feature later on after intermission. Looking forward to that battle. Midwest Modified feature coming up a little bit later in the program. Don't forget, concession area is open. The vendor is open as well as we roll Midwest Modifieds once again. Here we go.
Midwest Modified heat number 2 on the track now. And here's how they line up. Starting on the pole, the 08 is Frank Viert, sponsored by Viert Landscaping. And outside, the McCoggan Builders. Perfectly Raw MC Hammer Construction 77X is Dylan McCoggan. Inside row 2, the 55 is Murray Cozy. He is sponsored by Columbia Insurance Brokers. And outside, the number 20 is Nick Audette. Inside row 3, the Keewatin Truck Service number 44 is Austin Hunter. And outside, the Barwick Service Penner Mobile Homes number 17 is Christopher Leake. And rolling off 7th at the back of the pack, Jack, the 28 of Jordan Friesen is here today. We're going green in the Midwest Mods. The MC Hammer Construction 77X Dylan McCoggan out to an early lead. But he is in the likes of good company here with Frank Viert on his tail, as well as Nick Audette and Murray Cozy. Here comes Austin Hunter into the mix now as well. Two down, 6 to go for race leader Dylan McCoggan with Frank Viert hot on his tail. Great race for 4th, 5th, and 6th. That is Nick Audette, Austin Hunter, and the 17 of Christopher Leake.
During the races, we ask all fans to please not stand at the fenced area, please. That is for safety and insurance purposes. Please do not stand against the fence.
.77X in the 08 now getting into it with 4 to go. And it will be 3 right now. 5 down, 3 to go for Dylan McCoggan and the MC Hammer Construction 77X. Here comes Viert to the bottom and takes away first. Great job by Frank Viert there. Now he has a good shot at winning this. Good racing between the 17 and the 44, Christopher Leake and Austin Hunter. Here comes Dylan McCoggan trying to get to the bottom of Frank Viert again. When it's unable to do so, white flag out for Frank Viert now. Final lap. Nick Audette is currently 4th, and he has Austin Hunter on his tail. Frank Viert into turn 4 now, and he will take checkers. The Viert Landscaping 08 first, Dylan McCoggan in the McCoggan Builders 77X second, Murray Cozy third, Nick Audette 4th. Looked like Christopher Leake was 5th and Austin Hunter 6th. And then the 28 of Jordan Friesen will go 7th. All right, now on to a third heat of Midwest Modifieds. And with the lineup, here's Darren.
All right, thanks, Travis. Starting on the pole in this next Midwest Modified heat is the Viert Landscaping Gusta Sod Farms 88. This is Paul Viert. And outside of Paul, the 24 Junior, sponsored by Wayback Burgers, is Rebecca Stutsky out of St. Andrews. Inside row 2, the 16 car sponsored by Gordon Food Service and Boschman Wealth Management. This is Brennan Lushinsky. And outside, the Aegis Auto Glass Southside Auto Body number 3 is Jason Somack. Jason also sponsored by Underbid Fencing. Inside row 3, the Extreme Performance Auto and Exhaust Stoges Diggin' Dynamics 4B. This is the High Side Hustler, Brandon Rehill, in the 4B. And outside, starting 6th, the 33A will be Austin Overwater. And starting 7th in the Bell's Property Services number 14, this is Ed Bell. Ed Bell in the 14. Looks like Rebecca Stutsky in the 24 Junior car, sponsored by Wayback Burgers and St. Andrews Towing, is getting pushed off the racetrack here, unfortunately. Not sure what the gremlin is there, but not under power any longer is that 24 Junior. Want to remind all the fans to please stay away from the fence when the cars are racing, please. That is for your safety and for insurance purposes.
Well, Paul Viert leading us to the green flag here in the final Midwest Modified heat. Next up, Super Trucks. And we're going racing. Jason Somack in the Aegis Auto Glass number 3 out to the lead after the first turn. Splits the gap between Viert and Lushinsky.
That was a real nice pass, Travis. That number 3 car looking awful good. Super driving so far by the number 3 of Jason Somack out of West St. Paul, Manitoba. Lushinsky second, Viert third. Overwater and Rehill battling now for the 4th and 5th spot. Rehill, lots of throttle coming out of turn 4, but lots of cars in front of him as well.
Jason Somack still in the first spot. Ed Bell falling off a little bit in that Bell's Property Service 14. Here comes Lushinsky to the outside of Viert and takes away second. The Gordon Food Service Pepsi number 16, also sponsored by RBC Boschman Wealth Management. That car is up to second. 4 to go in Midwest Modified heat number 3 here.
Look at this battle for second and third, and for a minute there for 4th and 5th. Rehill just makes a rare error, however, and the 88 car able to get away a bit. Gordon Food Service 16 car battling in turn 1 and 2. Here comes Viert once again to join Overwater. We got ourselves a great race, but so far Jason Somack simply dominant.
Look at the 88 and the 16 getting at it now. Paul Viert and Brendan Lushinsky, and here comes Rehill.
Likely the best heat race of the night so far. They are really going for broke here. White flag is out for your race leader, the Aegis Autoglass Underbid Fencing 3 of Somac, who has looked pretty flawless here so far.
Austin Overwater currently second, and then Paul Veert third, but he has Rehil and Lushinsky on his tail. There's your winner, the number 3, Jason Somac. Second will go to the 33A, Austin Overwater. Veert third, Rehil fourth, Lushinsky fifth. And then there's the 14-6. That's Ed Bell in the Bell's Property Service 14.
All right, so that should do it, I believe, for Midwest Modified. So we'll have 2 heats of trucks, total of 12 in the pit area, so 6 and 6. And then looks like 1 heat of A modifieds. Look like there is 9 in the pits.
Well, on to the Super Truck division now. And starting on the pole, the number 13 is Braden Dick. Outside, the 96 is Jared Kalinuk. Inside row 2, the Modown Racing Engines 38 is Dan Clement. Outside, the 57 is Tyler Kachik. Inside row 3, the number 3 is Kevin Schick. He is sponsored by Western Trails Logistics, Stoges Dig-In Dynamics, and Rockwood Wrecking and Recovery. And starting off in the 6th spot, the number 70 is Danielle Korn.
Yeah, Danielle's been here a few times this year as she gets set to go from row number 3 outside. Carl Mulder, our flagman, looking them over as they come out of turn 4, and we are green in the Super Trucks. Here we go. Great move by the Modown Racing Engines 38 of Dan Clem. He's going to try to hold that 38 down to the bottom and can't. That opens up the door for your leader, the number 96.
The McCoggan Builders, number 96, Jared Kalinuk, out to the lead. But he has the Modown Racing Engines 38 of Dan Clem hot on his tail. There goes Clem to the inside now. Great move to make the pass on the 96. And he will go right on by into first. Great race for 3rd and 4th. That is the 57 of Tyler Kachik. And the Western Trails Logistics number 3, Kevin Schick. But right now it is all Dan Clem. The 13 and the 70 rounding out the back of the pack. That is Braden Dick and Danielle Korn. Three to go for your race leader, the Modown Racing Engines 38, Dan Clem. McCoggan Builders 96, Jared Kalinuk second. Kevin Schick and Tyler Kachik still going at it for 3rd and 4th.
Kalinuk having a pretty strong run here as he looks to track down that number 38 of Dan Clem. Action Sign Services sponsored 38, who has equally been good here today. Kalinuk taking a run at the 38 in turn 4. White flag, 1 lap to go. This is going to be a great finish.
Dan Clem not making a mistake so far, but he needs to make this run perfect in turn 3 and 4 to secure the win. There go the 70 of Danielle Korn and the 13 of Braden Dick. But your winner is going to be Dan Clem. 2nd spot will go to the McCoggan Builders 96, Jared Kalinuk. 3rd will go to the 57. 4th to the 3, And then 5th and 6th will go to the 70 and the 13 respectively. Of course, this is all unofficial until made official.
All right, getting ready for Super Truck Heat number 2 coming up onto the racetrack, and there will be 6 competitors in this one as well. Starting on the pole, the 14W is Jamie Weir. And in the Adventure Power Products 7S, the driver is Brent Stegg, a former Lightning Sprint racer here at Victory Lane Speedway. Inside row 2 is the 20 truck. That is Hayden Adet, the rookie. And outside is Dad, Chris Adet, in the Dynasty Bathrooms, McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC number 2. Row 3, well, Mercedes Adet is in the 29, and the 33 is Braxton Roll. Braxton Roll driving the 33. I do not see the 33 out there, so not sure what the status is on the 33 of Braxton Roll. 3 Adets in the Super Truck division. Chris Adet in the 2, Hayden Adet in the 20, and Mercedes Adet in the 29. All right, so the track is clear, we're told. 5 Super Trucks getting set to compete. And it's green, green, green. Here we go. Adventure Power Products 7S of Brent Stegg to the early lead, but here comes the dreaded Deuce, the number 2 of Chris Adet. That truck has won numerous championships over the years. Brent Stegg in the 7S has his work cut out for him. Great battle for the lead as the Dynasty number 2 on the outside of the 7S has the lead now. Super Truck Heat number 2 on the racetrack. Next up, A Modifieds. 5 to go in this one. Chris Adet now opening up that lead in the McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC number 2. Adventure Power Products 7S is second. Third is Jamie Weir in the 14. And the 20 is Hayden Adet fourth. Hayden Adet in the 20 was involved in a pretty serious rollover a few weeks ago here at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway, but they have repaired the truck. The driver was okay, of course, and we were fortunate to have the Adet family racing with us. Class acts.
Two to go for the number 2. That is Chris Adet, sponsored by Dynasty Bathrooms. Brent Stegg currently second, Jamie Weir third, Hayden Adet fourth, and then Mercedes Adet fifth. 3 Audets in this race, the 2, the 20, and the 29. They like 2s. White flag is out. There's about half a lap to go for your race leader, Chris Adet. In the Dynasty Bathrooms McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC number 2. And he will win. Second spot will go to the Adventure Power Products 7S Brent Stegg. Action Sign Services 14 third, that's Jamie Weir. The 20 of Hayden Adet fourth and Mercedes Adet fifth. Sponsored by Dynasty Bathrooms.
All right, getting set to go now with the A-Mods. These are alcohol burning cars, methanol alcohol, on carburetors, 4-barrel carburetors. Our fastest class here tonight as we get set to go. The Region Construction number 7 is Danny Staff, a former modified points champion. Makes semi-regular appearances here at Victory Lane Speedway. The 7, Danny Staff, will be on the pole. Outside, Mr. Excitement, sponsored by Emery Demolition. This is the 73P of Rennie Palaiko. Inside row 2, a multi-time street stock points champion in the Grand Prix Amusements 39. This is Sean Tunis. Outside, the Rod Fair Racing E3 is Ethan Friesen. Inside row 3, sponsored by the Airport Motor Inn and Snap-on Tools. The 12 is Tony Casey, and outside of Tony is the 16 of Brendan Lushinsky. You saw him earlier in an identical number 16, but that was a Midwest mod. These are A mods. Inside row 4 out of Fanistal, Manitoba, Jerome Guillot is in the 48, a former Super Truck Points champion. Another Super Truck Points champion, the number 9, Lee McRae. That is a Ford. And the 1R, who has had a great year so far, he is sponsored by Johnson's Hog Barbecue and DC-17. The veteran Rick Delane has won some championships over his long and storied racing career. Keep your eyes on that Shaw chassis, the 1R Rick Delane. He's going to roll off 9th here in this A-Mod heat race. A lot of the best drivers around at Victory Lane Speedway in this class, and these cars really haul the mail. Here we go, we're racing. Green flag is out. The sign's now 7 on the throttle. Sean Tunis to the bottom. He's got a feature win here at Victory Lane Speedway this year. And we have a yellow flag. All right, we're told the number 7 started a little bit early for our competition director's liking, so we're going to try it again. Danny Staff in the 7, sponsored by Region Construction, and Signs Now. Did a bit of a jump there, we're told. So we're going to try it again.
Well, there is a lot of racing veterans in this class. Many points championships in numerous classes between all 9 of these drivers. And we're going racing for the 2nd time here in the A-Mod. Good start by the number 9, Lee McRae. But he falls back a little, and there goes Delane to the inside. Rennie Palaiko off the pace in the 73P.
Tony Casey's 12 car transferring a lot of weight. Airport Motor Inn, Ardent Financial 12 car battling with Guillot now. Out of Fanistal, Manitoba. Mr. Excitement, the 73P, sponsored by On-Site Tire Repair and Emery Demolition, has stopped in the infield of the racetrack.
Great battle up front between the 7 and the 39, Danny Staff and Sean Tunis. Danny Staff up in the first, going by the 39 of Sean Tunis. Danny has been racing modifieds for as long as I can remember, and he's always done a great job every single night here at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway.
Look at Rick Delane into the 4th spot now, the DC-17 1R. He is moving along nicely. Also sponsored by Winnipeg Sports Talk. He is working on the Rod Fair Racing E3, and that is Ethan Friesen at the wheel of that E3. Look at that battle in turn 3 and 4. Now the 1R goes to the inside.
Sean Tunis still currently second, but he is falling behind the 7 of Danny Staff just a little bit, and here comes Delane and Friesen in the 1R and E3. Great move by Delane to get up into third there. White flag is out, final lap for Danny Staff. And this is how it will end. Danny Staff takes first, Tunis second, Delane third, Friesen fourth, the Lethal Chassis number 48, Guillaume fifth, Casey sixth, Lushinsky seventh, and the 9 of Lee McRae eighth. And then the 73P of Rennie Polyko being pushed back into the pits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first half of our show. We will now take an intermission break. Don't forget, kids, there is a candy toss down at the flag stand. Don't miss that if you want to get some free candy. And we will see you in a little bit.
Boston police have apprehended a woman tonight in connection with a stabbing outside a Chatham Street bar. She'll be arraigned.
At Shaw's. She'd bring you to your knees. She did just as she pleased. Yeah, cocaine and violence were her bounty. She was the toast of the town. And when she came around, they said, well, if it ain't the Queen of Suffolk County, here comes the Queen of Suffolk County. You best stay out of her way. She don't joke and she don't play, 'cause she's the Queen of Suffolk County. She's tough like a tiger, she's all dressed up. She's soft like a kitten, but she'll still mess you up. Just as she pleased, yeah, our minds and our money were bounty. She was a stunner in gazelles, yeah, she rung all 10 bells. She was fire, she was lust, she was the devil with a bit of angel dust. Well, if it ain't the Queen of Suffolk County, here comes the Queen of Suffolk County. She don't joke and she don't play, yeah, you know she's here to stay, 'cause she's the Queen of Suffolk County. Yeah, she's the Queen of Suffolk County.
Kids, I can't hear you. You're going to need to be a little bit louder than that.
Queen of Suffolk County.
Make some noise for the candy toss.
'Cause she's the Queen of Suffolk County.
Come on, I know you can get louder. Thanks Victoria, Jack, and Carl for the candy toss.
My bags are packed, now you want me back. Now you are the one with the panic attack. The pendulum has swung. Now I don't need you, don't need anyone. Ring, 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 it's a terrible thing. Suffering, you won't stop calling. You're begging and you plead, but it's too late for apologies. I don't care if you love me, don't care if you don't. I don't really care anymore. I gave you everything. Don't care if you come, don't care if you go. I don't really care anymore. I gave you everything. I don't care if you love me, don't care if you don't. I don't really care anymore. I gave you everything. I don't care if you come, don't care if you go. I don't really care anymore. I gave you everything. I don't care. I gave you everything. Don't you worry about what's on your mind, woman. I'm in no hurry, I can take my time, woman. I'm going red, my tongue's getting tired. Tongue's getting tired. I'm up ahead, my mouth's getting dry. Better cha-cha-cha, woman. Let's spend the night together. Now I need you more than ever. Let's spend the night together now. Ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, oh, ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. I feel so strong that I can't disguise, oh, man. Let's spend the night together. But I just can't apologize, oh, no. Let's spend the night together. Don't hang me off and let me down. Don't let me down. We could have fun just going around and round and round and oh my God. Let's spend the night together. Now I need you more than ever. Let's spend the night together. Let's spend the night together. Now I need you more than ever. You know I'm smiling, baby. You need some guidance, baby. I'm just decided, baby, now I need you more than ever. Let's spend the night together. Let's spend the night together now. Oh, this doesn't happen to me every day, woman. Let's spend the night together. No excuses offered anyway, woman. Let's spend the night together. I'll satisfy your every need, your every need. And now I know you will satisfy me. Oh, my,
Remember, fans, pick up your 50-50 tickets. You can't win if you're not in. We have people circling the grandstands with 50-50 tickets, so purchase yourself a couple, and then you're in. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is our second half of the show. This one is for all the cash, the features. So we have one from every class, the Pures, the Midwest Mods, the Trucks, and the A mods.
It's going to be good. Wow.
And here comes your pure stock lineup. Starting on the pole in the 57 Chevy, the 17K is Caden LeBute. And outside, the number 56 is Joey Hydrachuk. Inside row 2 in the third spot, the 46 is Michael Kopp. And outside, driving the 1949 Pontiac, the 37 is Roger Boisjoli. Inside row 3, the 57 is Darren Ray. And outside, the 25 is Alexander Farr. Inside row 4 out of the Brandon area, the East Side Ventilation 44 is Rob Reese. And outside, the Westwood Memorials number 18 is Zach Brennan. Inside row 5, sponsored by Cranked Energy Bars, the number 2T is Derek Pollock. And outside the Wrangler Truck, service number 69 is Jason Bronk. Rolling off 11th, the 13 is Tom Weens. And outside, the 07 is Eric Workington. Starting inside row 7, the 91 is Morgan McDonald. And outside, the 8 is Caitlin Somack. Rolling off 15th, the 27 is Jamie Tates. And to the right, the number 10 is Kyle Swaffer. Inside row 9 in the 17th spot, the 14 is Lindsay DeRoche. And rolling off 18th, the 51 is Rob McFadden. And bringing up the back of the pack, the 34 is Sean Corlett. Total of 19 pure stocks here tonight.
That's a great field, Travis. Wow, 19 cars to start here in the pure stocks. Very impressive.
Couple of really cool vintage cars in this class as well. That 57 Chevy and the 1949 Pontiac.
Just a beautiful racetrack here tonight. The track preparation crew just did wonderful things with this 4/10 of a mile dirt surface, and we are ready to race here on a beautiful Manitoba evening. Had no idea it'd be this nice tonight after a rainy afternoon. We didn't get much here. Pits were still quite dry, in fact. So we got pretty lucky. Kind of missed the eye of the storm, as they say. Roll Projects, supplier of our pace truck here at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway. Pure Stocks up on the track right now for their feature. Next up will be Midwest Modifieds. Each feature tonight, a little bonus for you, 20 laps instead of 15. So a little more value for your entertainment dollar, and we want to thank you for coming out and supporting the legendary Victory Lane Speedway. We know there's a lot of competition for entertainment dollars in the Winnipeg area, and want to thank you for coming out. This is just a fantastic crowd here tonight. All right, getting ready to go pure stock racing.
And we're going. The 57 Chevy, Caden LeBute out to a quick lead, but here comes the 46 of Michael Kopp. The 56 of Hydrachuk up in third. Here comes the 69 of Jason Bronk through the field, going by Derek Pollock and Rob Reese, now working on the 18 of Zach Brennan.
Ooh, we got some liquid down in turn 1 and 2.
That looks like it's out of the 25 car. That's
Yeah.
Alexander Farr.
That's not going to be good. That is an awful lot of liquid down in turn 1 and 2. So that 25 car rolling to a stop, I'm sure with no oil pressure. We're going to need our push truck to the back chute. Tough break. That looks like an expensive situation in turn 1. That long strip of fluid will be more than $1 a foot, I can guarantee you that.
Well, the 46 of Michael Kopp out to the early lead. He started third and made the quick jump up to first, passing Caden LeBute and Joey Hydrachuk.
Mark Bellavance is our competition director on the four-wheeler over by turn 1, and they're inspecting the situation.
So
All
it
right,
is.
it is confirmed. That is engine oil down in turn 1. That is not good. There will be a bay window in that engine block, I'm pretty sure. That came apart catastrophically for the 25. And I'm pretty sure they're going to need to put some oil dry down. It is slick there in turn 1, no doubt about that.
There was some great passing by the 69 of Jason Bronk on that lap. He went by Rob Reese and Derek Pollock just like a lightning bolt. Of course, Jason Bronk has won 3 features so far this year at Victory Lane Speedway. He's been doing a great job since he started in the pure stocks.
Looks like Caden LeBute in the 57 Chevy heading off to the pit area. Not sure what the situation is there. Looks like Roll Projects pace truck bringing out some Absorball. We're going to need quite a bit of it for that engine oil in turn number 1. Don't forget to log on to our website at victorylanespeedway.ca and our social media sites. Keep up with the entire 2023 season here at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway. So we will put some Absorball down on the racetrack, and then we'll run the cars through it just a little bit to get that slick spot off of the racetrack. That is, of course, for safety reasons. We don't want unnecessary crashing. That is both dangerous and expensive for the drivers.
We got 2 bags of Absorball down there.
Looks like it. I think hopefully we have more. I don't know if they're going to make it on 2 bags. We'll see.
Rob Reese and Jason Bronk rolling down the front straightaway now.
Pure Stocks up on the racetrack. Next up will be the Midwest Modifieds. Midwest Modifieds, we need you to the staging area immediately. We have 1 lap down, I believe, in this one. 19 showing on the board. Not sure if they'll go back to 20, but we'll find that out momentarily. Mark Bellavance talking to our fire crews in turn 1. Try to get this track dried out as soon as we possibly can. You don't see catastrophic engine failures like that as often as you used to. The machine work and engine builders are much better than they used to be, but it still does happen. They are highly stressed engines. There is no question about that. Lots of pure stocks. In fact, 19 started this race. Very, very popular class with some good equipment and good drivers here at Victory Lane Speedway. We'll do interviews with each winner after each feature. Looks like we're getting to the bottom of those Absorball bags now. Roll Projects pace truck leading the pack around the racetrack onto the bottom of the track, of course, to avoid that situation in turn 1. Don't forget the concession area is open. The vendor is open as well. If you're hungry or thirsty, we've got lots of great products available at either. All right, word on the radio, they're going to clear the track here momentarily and see if we can run those cars through a couple of laps. We do want to get back to green flag racing as quickly as we possibly can. However, we do have that safety concern on the racetrack. Some great looking hardware to be given to the winning drivers here tonight. And of course, cash money. '17 car back on the track. That is the 57 Chevy. Running through the oil slick now. These drivers want to get back to competition as soon as they possibly can as well. But did that engine ever come apart? It'd be interesting to visit the pit area, and of course you're all invited following the races. Free admission into the pit area. You can visit with your favorite drivers, check out the equipment, and maybe that engine block on the Alex Mira car. Sorry, I said Alex Mira. It's Alex Farr's engine. Alex Farr was the 25 that came apart. Alexander Farr started 6th in car number 25, but will be done for the night, no doubts. One to go, we're told. We're going to turn them loose after one more lap.
Harvest Manitoba is the 4th largest food distributor of its kind in Canada. Harvest collects and shares 18 million pounds of food in Manitoba each year, and their network supports 109,000 Manitobas every month.
And of course, their booth is located behind the announcer's tower. You can make a food donation, or you can give them cash or credit or debit. They'll accept anything. Do support that. Can't believe they support 109,000 Manitobans per month. Wow. That is a big number.
Delaware style restart here in the pure stock division. We're getting set to go, and we're gonna go. 3 wide between Bronk Boisjoli and the 18 of Brennan. This is a very, very wide open class. There can be lots of crashing and banging one night and one perfectly smooth night the next. The 18 and the 17K getting together a little bit on the front straightaway. Here comes Hydro Truck now trying to pass Kopp for the lead. Rob Reese, Jason Bronk, and Derek Pollock now moving through the pack. There's the 51 of McFadden, turned around, facing the wrong way on St. Adolph's fastest one-lane highway. Caution is on the 51 as told by our race director up here in the booth, Daryl Heinz. Well, lots of very good drivers in this class. Derek Pollock, Rob Reese, Jason Bronk, Alexander Farr included.
Yes, tough break for him tonight. 18 laps still up on the board, just 2 down here in the pure stock feature. Don't forget, we're back next Thursday, 7 p.m. for Thursday Night Thunder. Again, you can log on to our website and our social media sites. Do check them out online. Lots of great information available.
Did you know Harvest Manitoba is the 4th largest food distributor of our kind in Canada? And our buying power means that your donated dollar stretches even further. By becoming a monthly donor, Your recurring donation of just $1 a day will ensure that we can meet the unprecedented demand for food in our province. Big thank you to Winnipeg Harvest for coming out and helping tonight.
All right, we're told we're good to go next lap here.
Another Delaware-style restart.
Yeah, and for those of you not with us on a regular basis or a first-timer here at Victory Lane Speedway, would like to welcome you. The Delaware-style restart works like this. The leader gets to go out on the front row by himself or herself, and second place gets to choose inside or outside of the second row. And it looks like LeBute having problems in the 17. That 57 Chevy going to pull into the infield. A tough break for that driver now.
A couple of the top runners are out now. Here comes Reese and Brockshine going right around Brennan, and we have a three-wide race.
What a battle for third, fourth, and fifth here. A great race.
And here comes Derek Pollock in the sobering TT.
Look at that cool 49 Pontiac Go. That car getting faster each and every week. That is the car number 37, currently 7th.
Some white smoke coming out the back of that 13 car. That is Tom Weens.
That's not looking good either, Travis.
That's not a little bit of smoke. That's a lot of smoke.
You better believe that. Let's see if it gets worse. Eventually, it's got to run out of oil.
Michael Kopp, 5 down, 15 to go for him. But he has some very good company right behind him. Great racing for first through sixth. Look at this battle between Bronk, Reese, and Pollock. The 13 isn't the only one that's smoking. A little bit of white smoke coming out of the 10 car as well.
Well, it's a bad thing for the driver of the car number 13, smoking that bad. Good thing for us, however, there's no mosquitoes.
Michael Kopp with a sizable lead now, but he's got Zach Brennan trying to get up closer to him. And they are now in lap traffic. Derek Pollock up to third. Reese down to sixth. And Bronk and Hydra Chuck are going at it for fourth and fifth. Here comes Reese up to fifth now.
Great battle back there for third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all of it. Some really good racing we're seeing here. Reese and Bronk go to war in 3 and 4.
Pollock and Brennan now battling for second and third. Pollock just trying to get a little bit of an edge on him. Now the 34 smoking. Wow, there's a lot of cars smoking in this class.
Going to be an awful lot of oil sold tomorrow in the city.
We're halfway through this race, 10 down, 10 to go. And Michael Kopp still first. The 34 is now lap traffic.
That 46 car doing a nice job up front, but some pretty fast company behind him. Derek Pollock in the 2T, sponsored by Lake of the Woods Brewing Companies and Sobering, is closing the gap on that 46. And Pollock's got a lot of laps in this place. Let's see what he does in lap traffic. That might be his advantage in lap traffic.
Looks like Pollock is closing on him on a rapid pace coming out of the corners.
Yeah, there's still 8 laps left. Travis now 7. But he is closing quickly is the 2T of Derek Pollock. Mike Kopp could be in trouble very soon.
Pollock's going to make a run for it, going to the bottom now. And he gets by him. First is now Derek Pollock.
Points leader Derek Pollock to the number 1 spot. Whoa, Rob Reese in the middle of a sandwich between the 18 and the 8 car. That turned out a little better than I thought it would.
Very good racing in the pure stocks here tonight.
Oh, what is that 7 car doing? He went right off the track and almost took out 3 cars. You don't do that. Wow, that could have been nasty.
Gave Derek Pollock a little bit of an extra lead, though.
All right, closing in on the finish of this one. You see the blue flag with the yellow stripe from Carl Mulder. That's telling the drivers that you're at least a lap down and faster traffic is coming around. It's kind of a hold your line flag. Don't do anything crazy because faster traffic is coming along. It also means there's a race in the place and you ain't in it. Derek Pollock looking pretty slick. Jason Bronk going around on the back straightaway. And he continues. He has won multiple features here at Victory Lane Speedway in 2023, and he is going to get lapped here maybe by Derek Pollock, the leader. That is pretty rare to see the 69 of Bronk struggling. There's the 18. Take a look and turn number 3 and 4. Checkered yellow coming out. Trying to refire that car at the top. I don't know what car that is. I can see the 18 of Zach Brennan, but that looks like the 51 maybe of McFadden. Those 2 cars got completely together in turn 3. All right, the 18 is moving. We think the yellow flag was for the 18. We'll confirm that momentarily, but all right, well, the 18 was not lap traffic. Okay, so the black flag, or rather the yellow flag, will go to the 51. He was a lapper. The 18 and the 51 got together, but the 51 being the lapper apparently got in his line and shouldn't have. Derek Pollock in the 2T doing a great job. That guy has won an awful lot of races here at Victory Lane Speedway. Was an Enduro champion when they used to run the Enduros many years ago. Won a $5,000 Enduro at one point. Maybe it was 10. I'm trying to think. Gary Roy was also the benefactor of a huge Enduro racing win. But that's sobering. Project X race cards 2T, pretty strong here tonight. Val and Chris are our Victory Lane Speedway track photographers. They do a great job, and when I talk about going to our social media and our website at victorylanespeedway.ca, they are our official photographers. We had a third who recently passed, unfortunately, Kaz. And Kaz not with us anymore, but with us, I'm sure, in spirit. But Val and Chris do a very, very nice job here of the photographs at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway, and that is one sweet place to be. Derek Pollock in Victory Lane right now in the sobering 2T. That will help him with his points lead. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for Derek Pollock? Great crowd here tonight, and he does appreciate that. We're going to get him down onto the Victory Lane stage with Travis Pallett, our junior announcer. We've got a youngster to give away the trophy, I do believe. What's that youngster's name down there, Travis?
What's your name?
Lincoln.
All right, Lincoln, you're going to give him the trophy when he gets up here. Well, Derek Pollock, third win of the year. How'd that car drive on the track tonight?
You know, you thought we were pretty fast before, but my buddy Jeff Kopp and I, my crew guys, Terry, George, my wife, we worked on this thing till 3 in the morning. I dragged my butt into work on Tuesday, but the hard effort we pay in the shop really shows off. We did all 4 shocks. We finally put on headers. We had exhaust manifolds this whole year, and all these other guys are running the fast stuff, so we figured, well, might as well, you can't beat them, you join them, but we're happy with that. I want to thank all you guys coming out, my sponsors. MacDon's been with us for 25 years. Great sponsor of mine, great family friends. Cranked energy bars. The odd beer with Lake of the Woods Brewing Company, Payworks, Sobering, Hainer, and MRC Customs. He builds a wicked car. So I got some candies for all the kids. Who's going to share?
How about if you're a race winner, Derek Pollock?
Nice job, Derek. Class gentlemen here at Victory Lane Speedway picking up another win once again in the Pure Stock Division as the Midwest Modifieds roll to the back chute. We'll have that lineup for you momentarily. And here's your race lineup for the Midwest Modified. Starting on the pole is the 38 of Nick Hooper outside row number 1, and the Skycare Poached 8R. This is Sean Roy. Inside row 2, the 33A is Austin Overwater, and outside in the first class training 55, this is Murray Cozy. Jason Somack is in the Aegis Autoglass Underbid Fencing number 3, and the 88 is the Viert Landscaping entry of Paul Viert. Paul Viert rolling off 6th outside of row number 3. Row 4 inside is the St. Andrews Towing Turk Enterprises 24. This is an MB Custom. This is Victoria Stutsky at the wheel. She was dominant in her heat race earlier. We'll see if Victoria Stutsky can get to the front and win tonight in your Midwest Modified feature. Outside of Victoria in row number 4 is the McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC 08. This is Frank Viert. And in the MC Hammer Construction 77X, Dylan McCoggin starts 9th. And starting 10th outside of row 5, the 13T is Arnie Todesy. Row 6 inside is the 20 of Nicodet. And outside the Stoges Diggin' Dynamics 4B is Brandon Rehill. Out of Frobisher, Saskatchewan, the 11 is Dustin Mayer. And outside the Barwick Service 17 is Chris Leak. Row 8 inside is the Gordon Food Service Airport Motor Inn 16 of Brennan Lushinsky, and the 4B Junior, sponsored by Coop Bakery and Auto Stripe Design. This is Hunter Besson.
Rolling off 17th in the Keewatin Truck Service number 44, this is Austin Hunter, and outside the Bell's Property Service number 14 is Ed Bell. Starting off inside row 10, the 07 HD is Kevin Gagnon. Outside, the 28 is Jordan Friesen. And rolling off with the back of the pack, the 24 Junior is Rebecca Stutsky, sponsored by Wayback Burgers.
Wow, what a great field of Midwest Modifieds here. We have a total of 21 scheduled to start. And a lot of great ones out here tonight, no doubt about it. You're in for a good show here in the Midwest Modified Division. Next up, we will have Super Trucks for their feature, and then A-Mods. Getting set to go.
We're going green in the Midwest Mods. Nick Cooper to a good start. And here comes Sean Roy in the poached 8R to the outside. That's a jumble of cars in turn 1 and 2. Skycar 8R, Sean Roy out to the lead.
Frank Veerden, the 08, gets a little sideways and slows the pack down about mid-pack in that race. Victoria Stutsky working on the 08 right now, but your leader is the Airport Motorin Poached Skycare 8. That is the 8R of Sean Roy in control. Doing a nice job so far.
Paul Veert currently 5th in the Veert Landscaping Just Facade Farms number 88. And he is working on passing the Aegis Auto Glass underbid fencing number 3 of Jason Somack. Brandon Rehill now up there in 6th. And the high side hustler looking to find a lane that'll work very, very well. And we have yellow on the track. The 07 HD Kevin Gagnon turned around on the front straightaway. And we will go back to a restart.
I think that 07 car will be okay. I don't think he went too hard into that guardrail, if at all, as Mark Bellavance gets there to check things out. Pretty competitive Midwest Modified racing here at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway. Again, we want to thank all of you great fans for coming out and supporting this great place. We enjoy each and every Thursday night. It is a ton of fun.
Again, following the Midwest Modified Super Trucks, please go to staging. We have a total of 21 Midwest Modifieds here tonight.
Some fantastic racing so far this evening on a very, very beautifully prepared racetrack. We can't give the track prep crew enough credit for a track like this. It is awesome and it's fast.
Well, the poached Skycar 8R of Sean Roy currently leading this race. He started second, but he has Austin Overwater, Nick Cooper, Paul Veert, Jason Somack, and Brandon Rehill on his tail as well as the other around 17, 18 cars behind him. Of course, we have one driver from Saskatchewan here. That is Dustin Mayer in the 11 car. Right behind that orange number 20 on the back straightaway. And we're going green again in the Midwest Mods.
What a beautiful racetrack. Wow.
Sean Roy and Austin Overwater going at it now. And Overwater takes away first.
Ernie Todesy with a class move. His car is broken and he pulled off in turn 1 and did not delay the race.
Jason Somack up to third now in the Aegis Auto Glass number 3. But right now it is all Austin Overwater in the 33A.
Austin Overwater, a former pure stock, street stock racer at one time. Aegis Auto Glass number 3 also had a great heat race. Svetsky and the 3 were dominant in their heat races. And that number 3 is in third spot right now.
.12 to go for your race leader, Austin Overwater.
Yellow flag is out.
That's Ed Bell into the back of the fence.
Tough break for Ed Bell. He is, I think, through the fence back there. Is he going to be able to move on his own power? It looks like he might.
Couple of tires behind him, but there he goes.
Tire is hooked underneath the 14 car. Oh, maybe that's not so bad. Looked way worse at the beginning.
Of course, we haven't seen many big crashes this year except for a couple of rollovers. So one in the pure stocks, one in the super trucks. But I don't think that really does a lot of damage to the 14.
No, it looks actually pretty good. I thought it was way worse. I thought he went on the other side of the fence, but apparently not.
I think it did more damage to the fence than it did to the car.
I think so. That's good news for Ed Bell out of Winnipeg in the Bell's Property Services number 14. They do all kinds of yard cleanup, yard maintenance. Great company, Bell's Property Services. I've actually had the opportunity to use them a few times, and they do very nice work. Ed Bell in the 14 parked on the front straightaway. He also, besides owning Bell's Property Services, works at the Canada Life Centre setting up concerts. Very busy with that. He's done that for many years, so he works his tail off, that guy.
Sounds like a very busy guy, but he will go to the back of the pack now. He's had some tough luck this year. He was out for a couple of races due to a transmission failure. And then his drive shaft broke. We are going green this time around. And the 33A will be looking to get a jump on the rest of the pack.
Set to go on the Delaware style restart here in the Midwest Modifieds with 13 on the board.
And here we go, Midwest Modified racing again. Sean Roy to the bottom, trying to gain a little bit of ground, but Austin Overwater powers away. Looks like that high side is working, middle of the racetrack is working for Overwater.
The 3 of Somack now. Look at him go as he throws it into turn 1 and 2. But that car will not stick, and Sean Roy goes by again. Oh, we got a huge pile up in turn 2.
That is Austin Hunter, Murray Cozy, Brandon Rehill, and Paul Viert.
Wow, you don't see those cars involved that often. That is a lot of top-notch competitors over there parked in turn 2. Hunter Besson driving by the scene of the crash right now. Hunter sponsored by Coop Bakery, Auto Stripe Design, Extreme Performance Auto, and RA Tech Industrial Limited. Good young driver. We've got one car remaining in turn number 2.
We got 2 there. That's Brandon Rehill and Paul Viert.
There, he's behind the pole. You're right, he is over there.
Wonder if he's playing like a game of hide and seek or something
Well,
from
on
us.
me he is. I can't see him. All right, so far a pretty decent modified race, marred by a few cautions. We need the Super Truck division into staging. They will be next, and the final feature of the night will be the A-Mods. Don't forget, you're invited down to the pits later on. All right, so 7 down, 13 to go, and we'll line them up once again in the Delaware-style restart. Again, we want to thank all of you great fans. What a crowd here tonight. We hope you're having a good time, and we appreciate you supporting the legendary Victory Lane Speedway.
We're going racing here in the Midwest Mods. 3 wide. Christopher Leak, Nick Hooper. So far, so good on this restart. Sean Roy goes to the bottom. Racing with Jason Somack for position.
That 33 car is just flying tonight. Wow. Lots of action at the back of the pack as well. 11 laps remaining. Over water. Really transferring weight on that chassis in turns 3 and 4. Austin Hunter battling with the 17, sponsored by Barwick Service. That is a great race in the middle of the pack. 3 wide now with McCoggin. Check that out. Awesome action in turn 3.
Overwater bumps off the wall a little bit there in turn 4.
Hopefully that doesn't cut down a tire.
I don't know, I think Somack's catching him.
Somack has been wonderfully fast all night in that Aegis Autoglass underbid fencing entry out of West St. Paul. He almost hits the wall as well. Similarly, Sean Roy in the 8R has been real good here.
Sean Roy now pulling up on the 3 of Jason Somack.
What a great racetrack. That's the 3rd time I've said it, and I'd like to say it 10 times more. It is that good. There's guys on the bottom, the middle, the top. Really fast lap times.
Sean Roy now going to the high side and making a great run off of turn 1 and 2. 6 to go for your race leader, Austin Overwater.
Somack is not giving up, and they're going to be in lap traffic here pretty soon. Watch those leaders entering turn 3. That 28 car is down on the bottom. Hopefully that car does not cause any issue.
It will not. Somack with a little bit of a slide up. That Overwater powers away. Here comes the 4V of Brandon Rehill. Now coming towards Sean Roy, challenging for 3rd. Four to go. Victoria Stutsky slowing on the back straightaway now in the 24 car.
Troubles for Victoria Stutsky. Unreal. That car was so fast in the heat race. And that'll bring out a yellow flag onto the racetrack.
St. Andrews Towing Samard Industrial Incorporated 24. having troubles. That is Victoria Stetsky, absolutely dominant in the heat races earlier.
Well, she was, Travis. And you know, the funny thing is I was watching her in that feature, and she just seemed off pace. I don't think that car was right from the very start. Something in that car, there was some gremlin in that car, and she just wasn't going forward like she usually does. So I'm sure she has returned to the pits with that mechanical problem that just couldn't be overcome throughout that race. It did not obviously improve itself. It got worse. So a tough break for the St. Andrews Towing Turk Enterprises 24 of Victoria Stutsky. She is a great competitor out here, and I know she will be very disappointed.
Brendan Lushinsky pulls off the track.
Another one, wow. Well, he's got an A-Mod race coming up, so maybe he's saving his energy.
Could be. Great field of Midwest Modifieds here tonight. We started with 21.
Yeah, that's lots of cars. 19, I think, pure stocks.
19 pure stocks.
21 Midwest Modifieds, that's pretty good.
12 super trucks and total of 9 A-Modifieds.
So that's not bad. Our car counts are definitely coming up now. That was certainly a concern at the beginning of the year here at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway, but car count is definitely improving.
So we started this race with 21, as said previously, and there's 17 left.
So 17 left, 4 down. Okay.
Well, 2 of them are in the infield, Arnie Todesy and Paul Veert, and then Victoria Stutsky and Brendan Lushinsky are off the track.
Into the pit area they are. All right, I think we're going racing this time around, and we are. Here we go.
4 to go for Austin Overwater. Here comes Somak to the bottom, and he gets a great drive off.
What a race up front. Jason Somak is not giving up. Brandon Rehill, the high side hustler, on the bottom of the racetrack, and we've got another yellow flag. Looks like the SkyCare 8 of Sean Roy, unfortunately, is in the wall. He will not be happy about that one. All by himself, huh? Okay, I just talked to our competition director, Daryl Heinz, up here in the tower. I did not see the 8R go in, but apparently he kind of just drove up and hit the wall. Tough break for that driver. He was real fast here tonight in that SkyCare poached 8R, but he will now likely, well, they're going to check him out. Hopefully he can continue, but up into the wall by himself goes the 8R of Sean Roy, sponsored by the Airport Motor Inn. They're going to take a real good look at the right side of that car, of course. Looking down in the suspension area, they've already got the hood off. I'm thinking maybe broken control arm or something, or maybe something in the steering. All right, Mark Bellevance, our competition director on the racetrack, says broken front end. So I'm wondering if something broke and put that car into the wall, or did it break as a result of going into the wall? Only Sean Roy knows that right now. So we're going to have a great finish here. The 33A has been strong. So is the 3. The 4B, no stranger to Victory Lane. Frank Veert in the 08 up there as well. So we're going to have a showdown here. As our towing crew goes to work to help out the 8R of Sean Roy. Sean missed the first 2 or 3 races of the 2023 season, but has been here since and has been a pretty strong, consistent runner, as you saw him lead this race for quite a while. But I think that'll be the end of the night, unfortunately, for that driver, Sean Roy, in the 8R. 4 laps remaining in this one. 16 down, 4 to go. We did do the bonus features tonight, 20 laps instead of 15. Well, you can see that right front definitely broken up on Sean Roy's car. Definitely a tie rod. I'd like to ask him in the pit area if that was done before and put him into the wall, or did he break it going into the wall? Just made a driving error possibly out of turn 4, and that could easily happen. These cars travel at some pretty high speeds, and you can hit a slick spot on occasion and kind of lose your steering and your control, of course. Last call for Super Trucks. Just 4 laps remaining in this one, so Super Trucks will be racing momentarily. Looking things over. Green flag is out. Here we go. Nice job by Somak. He throws the 3 car right underneath. And slides up and now opens the door of the 4 car into the second spot. Jason Somak almost made that move, but it cost him in the end. Great job of driving, but just could not hold the car down enough. Got to credit him hugely for trying, however. That was his chance. Austin Overwater is strong here with 2 to go. Austin Overwater, Brandon Rehill, Jason Somak, Frank Veer, and the 44 of Austin Hunter, your top 5 here with 1 lap to go. Last corner now. Checkered flag is going to go to the 33A. 4B, 3, 0, 8, and 44 in the top 5 here in the Midwest Modified. That was a hard-fought win. That 33A car was really, really good. Austin Overwater started 3rd, made his way up to the number 1 spot. Takes an extra victory lap there just to ensure all laps are done. Brandon Rehill in the 4B gets the green light on the scale. Great night for the number 3 up on the scale, Jason Somak out of West St. Paul. He was quick all night. Frank Veerd in the McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC entry, green light. Austin Hunter up onto the scale next, top 5 scale in the features. And your race winner, who generally scales first, took the extra lap, so he will scale last in this case. We'll see if that light turns green. It is your official winner, pending any protests or tech inspections in the pit area after, is the 33A of Austin Overwater. And here he comes to victory lane. He will be one excited driver here. This racetrack is just so good, so fast, so smooth, exactly the way you want to have it here. Super Trucks rolling out onto the back straightaway now. And somebody is smoking pretty bad there. Is that the 38 of Dan Klim maybe smoking? It was for a bit. And ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic race tonight. How about it for the 33A? Austin Overwater getting the job done in the Midwest Modified Division. And what a fantastic drive. Val and Chris down in victory lane taking some of those awesome photographs. Do check them out on our Facebook page and on our website. We're now going to go down trackside into the Victory Lane stage with Travis and Austin Overwater.
Well, Austin Overwater, first win of the year. How'd it feel to get the job done?
Feels amazing. It's been 5 years of BMO and yet to get it done, so finally amazing to get it done.
Who helps you out the pits to get ready for the races?
My girlfriend Lindsay, and then came on this year was Phil. He's been a huge help this year to get 2 cars together every week, and it's been great.
How about it for your race winner, Austin Overwater?
Well, there's a pro tip for you. If you want your race car to go fast, get your girlfriend to work on it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Midwest mods are done, and what a race by Austin Overwater. There's a lot of fast cars in that class, but that guy tonight, Somac had a little bit for him. Sean Roy might have had a little bit for him, but at 33A didn't make a mistake, and that's why he's got the trophy and the picture-taking time with Val and Chris, our official Victory Lane Speedway photographers. Next up, Super Trucks, and according to our schedule, we have 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So I think we've lost one here. Possibly.
All right. So we have the 50-50 draw here, $683. Get your tickets out. Yellow ticket. If you have a yellow ticket, you have a chance. 492-706. 492-706. If you're here, you can find Paula here up at the back behind the announcer's tower there. But I'll repeat it one more time. 492-706. All right, now our junior fan club. This is for a skateboard this week. All right, our winner for tonight, Emma Pelletier. Emma Pelletier. Won a skateboard.
All good down there? All right. $683 in the 50-50 draw. Great job by our 50-50 ticket sellers. That is a boatload of cash. Wow. Okay, Super Trucks on the track for their 20-lap feature. And starting on the pole, the Adventure Power Product 7S is Brent Stagg, and outside the 20 is Hayden Adet, the rookie out of the St. Adolphe area. Tyler Katchik rolls off third inside of row number 2. Jamie Weir alongside him starting fourth in the 14W. Row 3 is the 96 of Jared Kalanick. Outside the Modown Racing Engines 38 is Dan Klim. Row 4 inside is Kevin Schick in the number 3. Kevin Schick, sponsored by Western Trails Logistics and Part Source at Portage and Moray. The number 2, sponsored by Dynasty Bathrooms, is Chris Adet. Row number 5 inside is the 70 of Danielle Korn, and outside, Mercedes Adet can be found inside the 29 truck. The 13 in row 6 will be Braden Dick, and Braxton Roll in the 33 scheduled to start as well, but I don't see that truck. That explains why we're one short. So we get set to go 20 laps here in the Super Trucks. Here we go.
Back up here, and looks like Brent Stagg is in the lead right now in the 7S, sponsored by Adventure Power Products. Hayden Audette currently second in the 20 car. Jamie Weir and Dan Klim now getting in there, as well as Jared Kalanick, Tyler Katchik, and Chris Audette. Audette goes to the bottom. That is Chris Audette in the number 2. And he's up to 5th now. He started 8th. Chris Audette has won 5 out of 6 races so far this year at Victory Lane Speedway, and he's looking to improve that percentage to 6 out of 7. Up to third now is Chris Audette in the dreaded Deuce. Working on Dan Klim in the Modown Racing Engines number 38. Well, Brent Stagg still first, but he is in very good company right now. 2 amazing super truck drivers right behind him, Dan Klim and Chris Audette.
What a battle for the lead here. Wow.
There goes the number 2 into first.
Five down, 15 remaining, and the 2 now leads it. He has won 5 of 6 features in 2023 here at the Speedway.
The big Knott Cadillac Buick GMC number 2 started 8th and got up to first in the span of 6 laps. Look at the race for second and third. That's Brent Stagg and Dan Klim, and now Dan Klim's truck smoking a little bit. Look at this race. The 4th, 5th, and 6th as well. Kalinuk, Weir, and Hayden Audette. Klim makes a mistake, and he will pay for it as Kalinuk now catches up to him and passes him.
I'm thinking something's getting worse with that number 38. Unfortunately, Dan Klim is slowing on the front chute, and I think you're going to see him pull off. That is a tough break for that driver. Something in that truck getting worse throughout the race. That seems like a very similar situation to what we just saw with Victoria Stutsky in the Midwest Mods in the 24 car. Just didn't look quite right. 11 to go in this one.
Chris Audette remains unchallenged in that number 2 truck. And he is doing a great job in first. Brent Stagg and Jared Kalinuk battling for second and third. But Chris Audette has run away with this one as he's got a full straightaway length lead on the rest of the pack. Well, 7 to go, and Chris Audette remains in the first spot. The 13 of Braden Dick is in almost last right now, so he's not in second or third. Don't confuse yourself. There goes Brent Stagg around him. Hayden Audette rolling by the flag stand in the St. James Volkswagen number 20.
$15 down, 5 to go for your race leader, and barring a major miracle, I don't see anybody catching that Dynasty Bathrooms number 2. Working on feature win number 6 of the season. Wow, what a year.
The Audettes purchased that number 2 truck from the late Ken Onzowicz earlier this season. and they have done an amazing job keeping it up to snuff and driving it out there on this track.
Chris Adet rolled off in this race in the 8th starting position outside of row 4 and quickly made his way to the leader position. 2 to go now for the McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC Dynasty Bathrooms number 2. White flag now. Brent Stegg, the Adventure Power Product 7S, doing a good job here tonight. And that'll do it. Feature win number 6 of the 2023 season for the Dynasty Bathrooms number 2. 7S of Brent Stegg with a nice drive in the Adventure Power Product 7S. He's out of the Niverville area. Former Lightning Sprint driver. Doing a good job in the Super Truck division. Jared Kalanick in the 96 with a pretty decent run himself. Jamie Weir rolling towards the scale area in the 14W as the A Modifieds will soon join us here on the racetrack for the final feature of the night. That will be 20 laps as well. All right, well, Chris Adet in the number 2 rolling towards victory lane for an interview with Travis Palin, our trackside announcer. Jack, our youngest staff member, is down there with him, in charge of trophies and general running around. Chris and Val getting ready to take photographs. I'm sure they have a few of those this 2023 season of the Dynasty number 2. That is the storied truck. It was owned by Dynasty Bathrooms and the late Ken Onzowicz, who passed away early spring this year. The truck was already scheduled to be sold to the Adet family, and sadly Ken passed away. He was a huge supporter of racing here in Manitoba, and especially a crusader of the Super Truck division. He basically kept that thing alive for many, many years, that class. And today we've got some pretty good numbers in the Super Truck division, but Ken Onzowicz would be very, very proud of the job the Adet family is doing this season with his storied, dreaded Deuce. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for Chris Adet? Once again in victory lane, he will join Travis Palin for a quick interview here. And then we will move on to our final feature of the night, the A Modifieds. Don't forget you're invited down to the pit area following the races to visit with the drivers. Travis?
Well, Chris Adet, 6 for 7 this year. How'd the track feel tonight?
It felt great. The track was nice and smooth. It was super tacky. You just hammer down, you put your foot through to the floor, and away you go. Let the truck eat.
And how good does that truck handle on a track like this?
This truck handles great on anything. Doesn't matter what it is, dry, slick, super rough, tacky. It goes where it needs, where you want it to go, and it handles great.
How about it for your 6 out of 7 winner, Chris Adet?
All right, thanks, Chris Adet and Travis, as we get set to go with the A Modifieds. Bonus 20 laps for you tonight. Normally 15, but when we have 4 classes of racing, like we do tonight, we always do 20-lap features, which gives you a little bit more value for your entertainment dollars. So the Roll Projects pace truck is ready. This could be a real good race on a fantastic racetrack, and it's going to line up like this. Driving the signs now, Region Construction number 7 out of East St. Paul. The 7 is Danny Staff. Outside the Rod Fair Racing E3 is Ethan Friesen. Sean Tunis inside row number 2 in the Grand Prix Amusements 39. And outside, out of Fanistel, the Baldwin Feeds Schaefer's 48 is Jerome Guillot. Rick Delane starts inside of row number 3 in that Shaw chassis, and outside of him, Snap-on Tools Airport Motor in 12 is Tony Casey. He's got a feature win here and a feature win in Ontario this year. The 16 is Brendan Lushinsky. That is the teammate of Tony Casey in the 12. Brendan Lushinsky, sponsored by Gordon Food Service. And outside, the 9 is Lee McRae, the McRae Trucking number 9. That is a Ford-powered modified. Not too many Ford engines out here. McRae's is one of them. And rounding out the field, supposedly, but not in the lineup, I see, is Rennie Palaiko, Mr. Excitement in the 73P, absent. He's on our lineup sheet, but did have trouble in the heat race. I know he was having some oil pressure problems over the past few weeks. Not sure if that bit once again here tonight. But Rennie Palaiko will not make the feature apparently tonight here at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway. Well, Travis, another win, 6 of 7 now for the dreaded Deuce, the number 2 of Chris Adet, and that truck just, as you said, just handles that well.
I know you used to drive it. How did it feel when you drove it?
For 1 year. Well, you know, to tell you the truth, I was always a sprint car guy, lightning sprints and full sprints, and I mean, that truck handled really well. We ended up second that year in points in that truck, number 2, but I'd never driven a full-bodied stock car or truck like that before, and the first time I drove it, I thought it felt like a school bus on a skating rink. They just don't plant themselves. They're actually harder to drive quite a bit than a sprint car, because that big wing, whether it's a lightning sprint or an outlaw-type sprint car, those cars stick to the track with those big wings, and they've got those big right rear tires on them, and that super truck is on a pretty narrow tire. It's got a decent amount of horsepower, and when you step on the gas, the thing kind of just goes squirrely on you. So not the pull of a sprint car, not the speed, but there's certainly a bit of a trick to drive. And these modifieds out here on the very narrow tires with lots of horsepower are real hard to drive. I've never driven one, but I've heard from everybody these modifieds are about as tough to drive as any other race car on the planet. Getting set to go. We've got 20 on the lap board. Here we go. Some of the top drivers at Victory Lane Speedway on the track right now. Looks like Lee McRae in the 9 on the move. That is good to see. Ford-powered 9 on the outside of the lane. McRae's had a bit of a tough go this season, and that car seems to be working pretty well so far. We'll see how that one develops.
Rick Delane up in the 4th now and working on Jerome Guillot for 3rd. Well, the lethal chassis 48, Jerome Guillot in the 2nd. Now chasing the E3, Ethan Friesen for 1st. Well, the 48 of Jerome Guillot doing a very good job so far this year. He's won 2 out of 6 features. So he's around 33.5% for win percentage here. And he has done an amazing job so far here in 2023. Of course, his brother Eric racing in the United States in a wingless sprint. Look at Delane and Tunis go at it now for third and fourth. The Grand Prix Amusements 39 and the Winnipeg Sports Talk 1R now duking it out. Gio with a huge push into turn 3 and 4. And he is gaining ground on that E3. Jerome Gio, a very experienced driver here in the modifieds. Lee McRae in the 9, Ford-powered car, in 5th right now.
That car is looking faster and more planted than I've seen it all year long, so that is good news for Lee McRae. He is a heck of a driver. Won some Super Truck Points Championships and looking a lot better here tonight.
Look at the race for first, Jerome Gio.
Lethal Chassis in the lead now. Friesen battling right back.
Well, Jerome Gio looking for his third feature win of the year. And he is leading the A Modifieds in a stunning way. $13 down, 7 to go for the Schaffers Specialty Lubricants 48.
Lee McRae goes around in 1 and 2. Tough break for Lee McRae. We were just talking about how good that car was looking, and unfortunately for Lee, got a little too hot going in and went around.
Yeah, tough break for Lee McRae. He's had some, well, not some, a lot of problems this year with that car. Had a pinion bolt break a couple weeks ago. And he's pulling off the track now into the pit area. Always a very, very good competitor. But this year he hasn't gotten a lot of luck. The Winnipeg Sports Talk 1R of Rick Delane started 5th. He's up to 3rd. And he has the inside on Jerome Gio. Watch out for that Shaw race car, the 1R. Very, very good driver behind that wheel. As are all the other drivers in this class.
There are some top-notch drivers in this one. Top, T-O-P. Green flag, here we go.
That 1R looks fast. Gio just a little bit faster. The 48 of Gio electing the high side. And it seems to be working for him as he dives down around halfway through the laps. Tony Casey bringing up the rear in the Anchor Marine number 12. But it is all Jerome Gio. The Baldwin feeds 48. So far looking very, very good on this very, very good track. As Chris Audette said, this track is just amazing. 17 down, 3 to go for your race leader, Jerome Gio. as he looks to make it 3 out of 7 so far.
Jerome Gill, the Baldwin Feeds Schaefer's Lubricants 48 as that car on rails. The 1R of Rick Delaney in the Shaw chassis just cannot catch him. That Gill is absolutely amazing. Another checkered for Jerome Gill. Very, very smooth drive. Well, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the pit area will be open very soon. We got a nice finish time here of 9:39, so plenty of time to get down into the pits. It is free admission. Once they get everything quieted down, they will open the gates for you, and you can go down to the pits and visit with your favorite drivers. For those of you heading down the highway, we want to thank you again for coming to Victory Lane Speedway. We hope you had a great night. Beautiful racetrack, some really good racing, and we're looking forward to next Thursday. More Thursday Night Thunder at 7 p.m. Log on to victorylanespeedway.ca for more information or on our Facebook page. Jerome Gill with the checkered flag coming for his interview. Not his first time in Victory Lane in 2023 here at the legendary Victory Lane Speedway, so another good run. His brother Eric drove the number 2 Dynasty Bathroom Super Truck. He is now off with the Western Renegades Sprint Car Series. So that's what Eric's doing. This is his brother Jerome and his dad Don Gill race Super Trucks. 3 great guys out of the Fanistel area. All good drivers. And very, very good for the sport. They really, really do a nice job. And you can see that 48 car, they had that thing absolutely perfectly prepared. You can't get much better than that 48 car tonight here at the Speedway. Travis is down in Victory Lane. Chris and Val around the 48 car to snap those great photographs. And we will have an interview quick here. Don't forget, once again, the pit area will be open.
Here he is, your race winner, Jerome Gill. Well, Jerome Gill, 3 wins so far this year at Victory Lane Speedway. How does driving one of these compare to different ones? How does driving one of these cars compare to driving different ones?
Well, these are that's maybe your mic's not working good at Rip.
Any sponsors you'd like to thank for the win?
Absolutely, all my sponsors. Curtis Lushinsky, he's been bugging me. I haven't said his name, so there you go, Curtis. Jeff Rampel for turning wrenches, Rebecca, the kids, Dad night, so that's great to watch. Yeah, awesome night again.
How about it for your race winner, Jerome Gill?
Well, congratulations once again to a very fast Jerome Gill in the Baldwin Feeds 48 out of Fanistel. What a heck of a drive, man. Oh, man, was that ever cool to watch. Well, on behalf of the entire staff, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank you for coming out to the legendary Victory Lane Speedway. I'm actually sitting with a legend, well, the legend himself, Larry Nebel, up here in the announcer's tower. Special treat here today. Now a Baconia resident. And we want to thank you for coming out. Don't forget the pits are open, and we'll be back next week right here for more Thursday Night Thunder. Have a great weekend, folks.